It's down the road we go. Happy Tuesday, 23rd day of April 2019. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We've made it safely to another day. Thanks for starting your day with us here on the NCW Life Channel. We hope you end your day with us here on the NCW Life Channel. We got a couple of items to get to tonight. We got baseball. At 7 o'clock tonight, we'll be airing the Wenatchee Sunnyside baseball game from Historic Recreation Park. We'll be taping that game at 5 o'clock, playing it back at 7. You can check out the national pastime then. And, of course, we'll have the news at the Grandals and at 5, 6, and 10. And that reminds me, if you haven't seen the promo yet, next week, the big week of Apple Blossom, Monday through Thursday of next week, our news will be broadcasting live from Memorial Park. Yeah, kid you not, that'll be fun. So you have a chance to meet some celebrities. And if none show up, we'll be there. So check it out. If you ever wanted to know how the magic happens, you can watch us do the news, fingers crossed, Monday through Thursday of next week. Again, at location at Memorial Park for the big full week of Apple Blossom. Then on Friday of next week, right before the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade, we'll be broadcasting the news live from the local hotel parking lot off Grant Road in East Wenatchee, and then we'll turn right around and do the parade. In fact, we're doing all three parades. We're doing the Kai's Fiber Youth Parade this Saturday at our brand new location, right at the top of the parade, right at the beginning of the parade route. Will be set up in the parking lot there, where Triangle Park meets Recreation Park. There's that parking lot there. We're going to set up there. New locations will be right at the beginning of the parade for both the Kai's Fiber Youth Parade and the Smoke Growers Grand Parade the following Saturday. And on the Friday before that, of course, the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade, and we'll be in the parking lot of Localtel Communications. And we'll be hanging around the park, doing stuff, having a good time. We love Apple Blossom, and it's almost here, just 2 days away. Lots going on, lots of news today. Wow, get ready for an adult portion of news. Also lots of sports to get to. Russell Wilson is making his offensive lineman quite happy this morning. We'll talk about that. We have the Obscura holiday. We have birthdays. We have Today in History. Everyone is entitled to Mike Vignotti's opinion. And on the conversation portion of this program, it's Tabitha Neville, who is a member of the Wenatchee High School FFA. They have a big plant sale. They've been planting and growing stuff, and they have 4 greenhouses on the campus of Wenatchee High School, and they sell all their plants this time of the year. And Tabitha will be here to talk about that plant sale coming up next week. So busy show, and don't forget, I'll let you know a couple times how to sign up to win wristbands for the Fantastic Shows Carnival, which has also been a long time staple of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Okay, I'm ready. You're ready. It's 3 minutes after the hour. Let's take our morning tour with our high-quality cameras located all over north central Washington. That's our 4K camera, located at the very tip of Wenatchee Heights, right next to the cross. We call it the Cross Camera. And the valley is looking green. Everybody's getting all dressed up and ready to go for Apple Blossom. Trees are blooming. The street has been painted. You know, the lines are all there. Everything's all cleaned up and spruced up for our big wingding, which is right around the corner. Beautiful view of the Wenatchee Valley, and we're still green. I love it. You got to take advantage of this beautiful weather and this beautiful scenery before it all browns out in the heat of the summer. Pays us a visit. And yeah, the Columbia is running a little high. I noticed that. I was down at the on the Riverfront Trail, the Apple Capital Recreational Loop Trail, and you can't help but notice that the Columbia is up a little bit. It's not flooding really, but it is. It's up there a little bit. It happens this time of the year, obviously. Beautiful view of the valley. And now Uriah of Tunk Mountain decides where we're going from here. He's pushing the buttons this morning. He's saying, let's go to Lake Wenatchee. That's our Two Rivers camera. That's cool. Now, it's not bright enough to show it in color. What happens is when it gets dark, it automatically switches to infrared, so everything goes to black and white, so they can let in as much light as possible. So I don't see that in color yet, although the sunrise is up. Sun's been up for about an hour. It looks kind of cloudy there at beautiful Lake Wenatchee. Gorgeous area up there. And of course, we turn that camera around, you go right up the White River Valley. Gorgeous view. Good morning, Lake Wenatchee. If you have a cabin in Lake Wenatchee and you can see the Two Rivers Tower and it's way up there, you can get Sky-Fi right there to your cabin at the lake. Camera 3. We're going to take a look-see at the... Is that the Waterville camera? That's the Waterville camera. Turned down towards, of course, the mighty Columbia, which is rolling right along. That is an incredible view there. Of course, that camera is about 4,400 feet in elevation. You take it to the Waterville Plateau, which is up there, and then you put it on top of a tower, which makes it even higher. That's just a stunning view looking down on the mighty Columbia River on a good-looking Tuesday. It's going to get breezy, by the way, later on today. We'll let you know on that on the forecast. Camera 4. Our last camera is going to be the Chelan Falls camera. That was one of those new cameras that kept throwing me for a loop when we first hooked it up, because I didn't even know it existed. And the first time they ever showed it, I went, I don't know where that is. That's the Chelan Falls camera. Sun's just creeping up, getting the job done. Of course, we're past 14 hours of daylight now. The sun comes up before 6, goes down after 8. That is good news. I like that. Day is getting longer and longer by about 2 minutes or so per day. So that's our tour around the valley with our high-definition cameras, courtesy of Sky-Fi. All right, it is 6 minutes after the hour from the National Weather Service. Let's take a look at your forecast. And it looks something like this. There is a weather system that's coming through today. It's a cool system. It's going to pack a little bit of wind. It's going to be breezy, especially this afternoon. Look at those temperatures, looking good. 71, 70, 71. But then we cool way down for the weekend. We're going to go from above normal to below normal because a very cool and breezy weather pattern is going to arrive Friday, and it's going to persist in the early part of next week. There's your winds today. Take a look at where you live. And that's going to be the peak wind gusts. For the most part today, the wind will be out of the northwest anywhere to 10 to 15 miles an hour. So it's going to be breezy. But every once in a while, whammo, you're going to get one of those gusts that'll pop you up right around the 25-mile-an-hour mark. And as you can see out in the Columbia Basin, it's going to be breezy out there as well. So you want to watch out for blowing dust if you're going to be taking I-90 out there in the basin. So that's the story on Tuesday as far as the peak wind gusts. We're going to do this again on Friday. There you go. Friday, there's your wind gusts on Friday. Again, same deal as today. The wind will be out of the northwest. It'll be pretty consistent on Friday, about 10 to 50 miles an hour. But every once in a while, you'll get a gust above 20 miles an hour in the Wenatchee Valley. So that is your wind conditions both for today and Friday. For the week, we're looking at this. Partly sunny today. Again, a high of about 71, breezy at times. It's going to be a little breezy tonight under partly cloudy skies. We'll dip down to 45. The system that's coming through is going to exit tonight, so Wednesday looks fantastic. Sunshine and a high of 70 with very light wind. That is just gorgeous. Few clouds creeping in Wednesday night, 45 for the overnight low. Thursday, partly sunny, 71, and then we start the cooling process. Friday, it'll be sunny and a high of about 68, which is still above normal. But then on Saturday for the Kai's Fiber Youth Parade, we're going to get really chilly. Overnight lows will be in the 30s, and we'll top off at only about 60 on Saturday. Also, just a little breezy at times on Saturday. So throughout the course of the day, if you're going to the Kai's Fiber Youth Parade, you're going to probably want to wear a sweatshirt or a jacket. It's going to be cool. And, of course, with the breezy conditions, it's going to make it feel even cooler. Sunday, Monday, not bad. Mostly sunny, mild. Temperatures just about normal. And we shouldn't have any real wind to kick off the big full week of apple blossoms. There you go. Partly cloudy, windy today. Windy again on Wednesday, on Friday. Very cool, below normal temperatures, but lots of sunshine. The one consistent you saw through that, we're going to have sunshine for the most part right through this entire forecast period and into the early part of next week. It is 50 degrees under high clouds in north central Washington. We're going to take a break at 9 minutes after the hour. When we come back, we'll take a look at your Tuesday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Live from Studio 9 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel. Your television home for the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is the NCW Life Channel. Be sure to watch the Kai's Fiber Youth Parade on Saturday, April 27th, the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade on Friday, May 3rd, and the Stimulk Growers Grand Parade on Saturday, May 4th. Brought to you by the Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Your television home for the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is the NCW Life Channel.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, agent here at Senior Insurances of North Central Washington, where we help our clients navigate the Medicare world. One of the things we really enjoy doing is teaching our clients about their rights. Like, did you know that if you have a traditional Medicare supplement, you can change that monthly all year long, regardless of prior health conditions? So if you'd like to know more about your options with Medicare, you can visit us at one of our 5 local offices, as well as give us a call at 888-2600.
Welcome back. High clouds, 50 degrees, partly sunny, a little on the windy side today, and a high of 71. Here's what's making headlines on this Tuesday morning. A Riverside man who was injured in a two-vehicle crash in Omak yesterday died at Mid-Valley Hospital. Washington State Patrol reports has identified the victim as 87-year-old Eugene Layton. Troopers say Layton's sedan was struck by an SUV when he attempted to make a left turn from southbound US 97 onto Ing Road in Omak. The SUV was driven by 71-year-old David Raymond of Orville. Raymond and his passenger, 66-year-old Joni Raymond, were both injured. He was airlifted to Sacred Heart Hospital. She was transported to Mid-Valley Hospital for treatment. The Washington State Patrol made 7 DUI arrests in north central Washington Saturday during their 420 emphasis patrols. 4 of those arrests were marijuana related. This is according to Trooper John Bryant. Of course, 420 is a term that is referred to marijuana. The last time April 20th fell on a Saturday, there was a spike in collisions, according to the State Patrol, so they had an emphasis patrol on Saturday. 2 of the marijuana driving arrests were in the Okanagan area, 1 in Ephrata and 1 in Ellensburg. This is according to Bryant, the last happening early on Sunday. The alcohol arrests were in Ephrata and in Wenatchee. It's going to be a strange summer season along the entire Columbia River. The Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife has canceled all summer salmon fishing seasons for the entire river. Fish and Wildlife Commissioner Dave Graybill says, unfortunately, this came as no surprise.
We're still suffering from the blob and drought conditions in 2015. We hope that we're seeing the bottom of this ecological event and that in 2020 we'll see a recovery of our Chinook runs in particular. I want to remind people though that last year, although the lower river was closed, we tracked the amount of fish that went over Priest Rapids Dam and found that we had enough for escapement needs and reopened the river at Chelan Falls, the Iniat River, Wells, and the Brewster Pool in time for the Derby. So we're keeping our fingers crossed, and we will watch carefully the escapement over Priest Rapids Dam to determine if we'll have salmon fishing for summer runs in our region.
Graybill says the upper Columbia could benefit from efforts underway to save the killer whales in Puget Sound.
Actually, there's going to be some benefits to anglers even here on the Columbia River with the efforts to save those whales. The benefit is going to be increased production of a lot of species. And we're working through the infrastructure, what's available to raise more fish and release more fish. And so one of the spin-offs that we're going to even enjoy here on the Columbia River is the increased production of salmon to offset the losses of pinnipeds, sea lions, fur seals in the sound, and just getting more fish in the water that those orca whales can feed upon.
In other news in this Tuesday, a cashmere insect breeder is this year's Flywheel Investment Conference winner. Beta Hatch walked away from last week's event with a $135,000 grant. A second startup company called Prescriptive Health received $50,000 in the Shark Tank modeled event that was hosted by Guada. Beta Hatch industrializes insect production for animal feed. The company is gearing up to build its first commercial scale facility at the old Treetop location in Kashmir, where they will use heat from a data center to fuel their insect production. Prescriptive Health is a healthcare technology company that uses blockchain technology to help employers and consumers take control of prescription drug costs. Well, there was some panic. Folks in the Chelan area yesterday who reported seeing a forest fire on the hillside west of the Navarre-Cooley Highway, but there was no need to panic. According to Robin DeMario, the Wenatchee Okanagan National Forest, it was a prescribed burn.
In the Chelan area, we have a prescribed burn or control burn, and we anticipate to burn about 72 acres, and that's about 11 miles west of Chelan. Folks may see some smoke, and it's anticipated that that smoke will disperse to the northeast throughout the day. So if you do see that smoke, at least from that general vicinity, that is a prescribed burn. And on many of our ranger district units, as the weather dries out and as conditions improve for us to do these prescribed or controlled burns during the spring, forest visitors, recreationists, and other folks may see smoke coming from the national forest in our efforts to restore and improve the habitat in these burn areas that we've got planned to occur this spring.
DeMario says anybody who wants to know about the schedule for spring burning, the prescribed burns, you can simply go to the Forest Service Facebook page or on their Twitter handle. Well, you might have seen some firefighters conducting some drills on a controlled burn in the Aniat area on Saturday afternoon. They were getting ready for the upcoming wildfire season with a drill at the Columbia Breaks Wildfire Interpretive Center. It was a part of a day-long event that also involved training for new recruits. The training schedule, including practices for deploying emergency shelters that are used in the event that crews become trapped in a firestorm. Saturday's event was hosted by the Central Washington Wildfire Cooperative Group, which is comprised of multiple local, state, and federal agencies. They met at the Aniat Fire Station for a morning planning session. The purpose of the meeting was to strengthen partnerships and collaboration between DNR, the United States Forest Service, Chelan, and Douglas County Rural Fire Districts. Nolan Brewer with the DNR says it started after the 2015 fire season.
At the end of the day, fire doesn't know any boundaries, any jurisdictional boundaries, and we all end up together midsummer. So really to get some of that out of the way early, some of that relationship building, the group decided this was a really good thing to bring together every spring and make sure we're addressing some of these issues, we're meeting those new faces, and really set us off on the right foot to start the 2019 fire season.
Aniat Fire Chief Mike Asher also commented about how the various fire agencies have developed better and more effective partnerships over the course of his 30-year career.
I can remember back prior to 1988 when everybody did their own thing. State did their thing, Forest Service did their thing, fire departments didn't interact with them. Everybody was independent. And those times thankfully are gone, and there's been a whole lot of change since that time.
Chief Asher says he's also grateful for the greater role that the U.S. Forest Service has played in helping educate property owners about fire-wise planning and making homes and communities more resistant to catastrophic wildfires. Well, of course, Earth Day was yesterday, and over the weekend, up in Chelan, they had a big old party. From crushing glass to solar-baked cookies, the Chelan Earth Day Fair has grown over the last 30 years, continues to educate and entertain the folks at Riverwalk Park every spring. This year, 95 tents brought locals together for crafts, homemade products, and more. Chelan locals Ann and Randy Brooks with Plug-in North Central Washington tells us what the annual event means to them.
It's a really fun family event. Come out and see things and do things and have fun. That's what it's all about.
We have a kid area and then a variety of music. We'll have the local Chelan dance group come in this afternoon, which really draws a lot of people, which is fun. It is, fair. It was started in 1989 by Scott Beaton, B. Murphy, some of the real locals that actually started our recycle center too. So that was really neat, very cooperative effort at that time. And this is our 18th year, and we had our renewable energy business here for years and just kept going because it's just a passion of ours to educate others to be able to take care of our earth. What are things that we can do?
One of the things that I recently heard that was interesting, we've all heard of the reduce, reuse, recycle talk. Now there's another word in front. Refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle. Refuse to buy products that have unrecyclable containers that are a single use. Just say, no, I'm not going to do that. And, get vendors to come around to the fact that we don't want that stuff.
Our buying power and our decisions to reduce this. We have to. The Earth Day Fair, when it started, was kind of a flea market, and they encourage flea market, garage sale kind of things, which is good. It's reusing. But it goes beyond that and educating people, what can we do daily, like not using the garbage, take your own coffee cup. Those little things will make a big difference. So that, I think we do that. We still are having great entertainment, lots of fun. We do have some garage sale kind of things, upscaling, different things that people are doing. Repurposing, yeah. So all those kinds of things, and it's a fun, fair day, but a lot of education too, and what we can do ourselves to make a difference.
I think Earth Day participants, attendees, have always had an interest, but I think more and more, more of the majority are interested, and there's fewer naysayers about whatever you're talking about. But yeah, I think it is just more people are aware and want to do something and are willing to make a change to do something.
That's good stuff indeed. It is 21 minutes after the hour. A couple of items of business to get to, housekeeping, before we take a break and move on to sports. Speaking of Lake Chelan, it's Election Day up there. It's Election Day in a lot of locations on this Tuesday, April 23rd, but our focus is on the Lake Chelan School District. Proposition 1 is on the ballot. Voters in the Lake Chelan School District deciding whether they want to build a new high school and renovate some of the existing infrastructure in the Lake Chelan School District. They'll be making those decisions today. We'll have the complete results tomorrow right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll keep a close eye on that. That's the first thing that I wanted to mention. Second thing I wanted to mention is I'm giving these babies away on Thursday. Don't forget, I got 32 wristbands for the fantastic shows. Carnival, look at the bottom of your screen. That's how you win. It's one entry per email address, please. We're keeping an eye on that. One entry per email address. Once you're in, you're in. Now, a couple of things you need to remember. Number one, I have 32 of these, so I'm going to give away these in 4-packs, so we'll have 8 winners. I'll announce the winners on Thursday morning. You'll have till the end of the show, the live edition of the show on Thursday morning, to get your entry in. So there'll be 8 winners. Each of those winners will receive 4 wristbands. That's number one. Number two, you can only use these wristbands on Monday night, April 29th, from 5:30 to 8:30, all right? 5:30 to 8:30, Monday the 29th, is when these babies are valid. Something you got to remember before you fill out your email and send it to us. Winner at ncwlife.com, winner at ncwlife.com. We'll draw the 8 winners' names out of the proverbial hat on Thursday on this program. 23 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break. When we come back, sports, the obscure holiday, today in history, birthdays. Everyone's entitled to my audience opinion. And the conversation I taped yesterday with Tabitha Neville. She's a freshman at Wenatchee High School. She's a member of the FFA, and they have their big plant sale coming up. All that between now and 8 o'clock. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life channel.
I'm Eric Grandstrom with NCW Life Sports.
I'm NCW Life News Director Steve Hare.
Catch us on Local Tel Channel 12.
You can watch us on Charter Channel 19 or stream us live on ncwlife.com.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Where we cover the local high schools, the Wenatchee Wild, and the pro teams out of Seattle.
On Saturday, we have a 90% chance of rain.
Catch it all right here on the NCW Life channel.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
We're back at 24 minutes after the hour. High clouds and 50 degrees. We'll top off at 71 with a few clouds and a little on the windy side, especially this afternoon. Let's do sports. There were 2 teams at the start of the Major League Baseball season that caught everybody by surprise. One was the Seattle Mariners. At one point, they were 13-2 and had the best record in all of baseball. The other surprise team was the San Diego Padres. At one point, they were leading the National League West with an 11-5 record, but of course, it's early and both fan bases knew reality would eventually come. And it has. For Seattle, it came in the form of a 6-game losing streak, falling in each game of a 2-series at home at T-Mobile Park. For the Padres, it was also a 6-game losing streak, 5 of which came at home. They finally snapped that streak, by the way, when they beat Cincinnati on Sunday, 4-3. These two spring training mates meet for the first of 2 games tonight at Petco Park. Seattle will send 25-year-old rookie Eric Swanson to the mound for his second Major League start. San Diego will start another rookie in Nick Margevicius. By the way, both fan bases have a lot to cheer about. Seattle still leads the American League West by a game and a half over Houston. The Padres are tied for second in the National League West behind the Dodgers. What do you do when you become the richest player in the NFL? If you're Russell Wilson, you reward your offensive line. Following last week's contract extension, making Wilson the highest paid player in the NFL, he reportedly gave each of his 13 offensive linemen $12,000 in Amazon stock. It was first reported Monday, by the way, by TMZ Sports, publishing the letter Wilson penned to his linemen regarding his gift. And you can see it on your screen. In part, it said, "When I sat down to think of ways to honor your dedication, a dozen different ideas came to mind. Some were flashy, some were cool, but I wanted to give you something that had a lasting impact, something that would affect the lives of you, your family, and your children." Way to go, Russell. By the way, Amazon stock is up 25% since the beginning of the year. Not bad. All right, let's talk about the prep sports schedule for today. It's a busy one. High school soccer. Cascade hosts Chelan. Manson travels to Bridgeport. They'll get going at 4:30. The Eastmont Wildcats will try to bounce back from Friday's overtime loss to Wenatchee. They host the leader of the Big Nine, West Valley, at 7. And the Wenatchee Panthers, they also got a game on the pitch tonight. Sunnyside comes calling to leave off the field at the Apple Bowl at 7 o'clock. We're going to be there as well, but of course our cameras will be pointing in the other direction towards Historic Recreation Park. Wenatchee hosts Sunnyside in Big Nine baseball. Storman Joel Norman will have the call at 7 o'clock. The game starts at 5. We'll play it back at 7. Prior to that, Cascade is a 4:30 game in Okanagan, while the Waterville-Mansfield boys travel to Lake Roosevelt. Eastmont's on the road at West Valley. They'll get going at 5 o'clock. In prep softball today, it's doubleheader Tuesday for most of the teams. Kashmir hosts 2 with OMAC, and they get going at 3. Warden is at Chelan for a couple, starting at 3:30. Eastmont plays a twin bill at West Valley beginning at 4 o'clock. Cascade hosts a single game against Okanagan at 4:30, and that's the same start time for the Shocker girls at Lake Roosevelt. Prep tennis schedule has both Eastmont and Wenatchee at home today. The Panthers host Moses Lake, while the Wildcats entertain Sunnyside at 3. Kashmir plays Chelan at 4 in Chelan, and Antioch is on the road at Tenasket at 4 o'clock. Lots of golf, a crowded golf schedule on the Big Nine. Yeah, the Big Nine boys will tee off this morning at Black Rock Creek Golf Course at 11:30. It's the 5th pod of the season. Sunnyside is the host. It'll be Eastmont, Wenatchee, West Valley, Moses Lake, Eisenhower, and Davis. The Big Nine girls are at the Yakima Elks Golf Course for their 5th pod. Eisenhower is the host there, 1:30 tee time. And the Cascade boys and girls are in Okanagan for a 2:30 tee time at the Okanagan Valley Golf Course. And they'll be throwing things and running things and hurdling things and jumping over things today. Track and field. Chiawana is in town for the Wenatchee JV Invite at 3:30. Brewster, Bridgeport, Pateros, and Waterville-Mansfield gather at the NCW meet. That's in Kashmir at 4. Chelan, Okanagan, OMAC, and Tenasket are in Winthrop at Liberty Bell at 4 o'clock. It's also a 4 o'clock start for Antioch and Valley Christian to face Cascade at the track at the Pashashan-Dryden right along the Wenatchee River. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Tuesday. It's 29 minutes after the hour. It's the 23rd day of April, and April 23rd is Take a Chance Day. Go out in uncharted territories and take a chance, because you don't know. The origins of Take a Chance Day is, I don't know either. Sorry about that. Somebody apparently wanted to create a day that we would, put away your inhibitions and your fears and just do something bold and risky. You got to do something dangerous every once in a while, or bold or risky, just to remind yourself that you're still alive. Of course, taking a chance is an idiom. It refers to doing something that has a high likelihood of failure, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. It is National Take a Chance Day, so celebrate it by taking a leap of faith and doing something adventurous. I bungee jumped once. Never going to do that again, but I did it. I can say I did that. So there you go. Take a chance on something that you've always wanted to do. Today's the day to do it. Again, you got to do something crazy. Not stupid, just dangerous every once in a while, just to prove that you're still alive. Today in history, April 23rd, 1964, 55 years ago today. Look at the box score. Look at the highlight. No hits. Cincinnati didn't get a hit. Ken Johnson of the Houston Colt 45s, no hits. The Cincinnati Reds, and he lost 1-0. He is, to this day, the only player ever to lose an official no-hitter by himself. Yeah. It's the only time it's ever happened in a 9-inning game. Now, there have been 8-inning games where they threw a no-hitter and lost, but never in a 9-inning game. The only run in the entire game was scored at the top of the 9th inning. Pete Rose reached second base on an error by the pitcher himself. Went to third on a ground out, scored on another error, and that was it. Joe Nextall went on, retired the Houston Colt 45s in the bottom half of the 9th. Ken Johnson of the Houston Colt 45s, the only player ever to lose an official 9-inning no-hitter. It happened 55 years ago today. Happy anniversary to New Coke. Yeah, Coca-Cola changed its formula on April 23rd, 1985 and rolled out New Coke. The response was overwhelmingly positive. New Coke was here to stay, and old Coke was never seen again. There's still people who think this was just a marketing ploy. They might be right. I mean, they might be right that this whole thing was concocted to raise attention for Coke. I don't know. The response was negative. Everybody thought it was just stupid. Original Coke was back on the market in less than 3 months. I wonder if anybody still, I'm sure people have kept cans of New Coke as collector's item. I don't know. New Coke rolled out on the shelves on this date 34 years ago today and then rapidly disappeared. And finally, April 23rd, 2005, 14 years ago today. Check it out.
All right, so here we are in front of the elephants. The cool thing about these guys is that they have really, really, really long trunks, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.
So you're wondering to yourself, what is that? That was the first ever YouTube video. It was called Me at the Zoo. It lasted 19 seconds, and it was the very first YouTube video ever posted on YouTube 14 years ago today. And I just checked the numbers this morning right before we went on the air. The video was still active on YouTube. That's where I got it. It's received more than 66 million views, 1.8 million likes, 69,000 dislikes, and over 2.2 million comments. The very first YouTube video ever was uploaded on this date 14 years ago today. YouTube's doing pretty good now, wouldn't you say? Finally, we got some birthdays. Bill Shakespeare, we think, was born on this date in 1564. William Shakespeare. He did all right for himself. Didn't live very long. Only lived to the age of 52, but this was the 16th century. You got to expect that. They think William Shakespeare was born in this state in 1564. They don't really have hard records because they didn't keep track of when you were born, but when you were baptized, which usually 2 or 3 days later, they wrote down the day you were actually born, but sometimes they didn't. Sometimes they just wrote down the day you were baptized. So most historians think that William Shakespeare was born on this date in 1564. Henry VI, Romeo and Juliet, Taming of the Shrew, Julius Caesar, Hamlet, Othello, Macbeth, King Lear. Yeah, he did all right for himself. By the way, that portrait that you see of William Shakespeare is a guess. No portrait of Shakespeare was ever painted while he was alive. Every portrait that you see of Shakespeare was like, I think he looked like that from people who've remembered him. We think he was born in the state in 1564, too. Presidential birthday, James Buchanan, the 15th president of the United States, not one of our better presidents. He kind of just let the Civil War happen, didn't really lift a finger. James Buchanan was born in the state in 1791, died in 1868 at the age of 77. He was the only president to have never married. He thought that holding slaves was perfectly legal, and he also thought that any state could leave the Union at any time it wanted to, but despite those two things, he still supported Abe Lincoln during the Civil War. James Buchanan, probably the worst president in this country's history, was born in the state in 1791, and the legendary Roy Orbison, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Class of 1987, Only the Lonely, a #1 hit. Running Scared, Crying, In Dreams, Oh Pretty Woman, The Traveling Wilburys. The legendary Roy Orbison died of a heart attack at the age of 52 back in 1988. We missed the big O. Roy Orbison, born in the state in 1936. Still to come, my conversation with Tabitha Neville for the Wenatchee High School FFA, and also our good friend Mike McNaughty has an opinion. But before we get about that, one more little reminder. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. One entry per email, please. One entry per email, please. Don't forget about that. I'll give these away in groups of 4. We'll do that on a Thursday. And also, remember, they're only available for you to use on Monday, the 29th of April, from 5:30 to 8:30. 5:30 to 8:30 for that 3-hour window on Monday, April 29th. Fantastic Shows Carnival. The rides are on us. And once again, I want you to take a look at that son of a gun right there. Isn't that cool? These are all over town. Convenience stores, grocery stores, vending machines. We're celebrating the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival with the commemorative Pepsi can. I still don't know how they did it, but they did it. Of course, Weinstein Beverage Pepsi-Cola has been a sponsor of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival since 1983. They'll be there for Youth Day at the park on Sunday. You better believe they'll have lots of these cans. They're everywhere. When you're picking up your Pepsi, your ice-cold Pepsi for the 10-day party we like to call the Apple Blossom Festival, you will be looking for these. The Pepsi can with the Apple Blossom Centennial logo right on it, courtesy of our friends at Weinstein Beverage. When Darcy was on this show, I said, "How did this happen?" And she goes, "I don't know. They just made it happen." That's the kind of folks that Weinstein Beverage is. All right, going to take a break. Mike McNaughty's opinion is on the way, and then my conversation with Tabitha. They're got the big plant sale coming up. All that and a whole bunch more. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Lake Chelan Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course mailboxes, even passport photos. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
At Doghouse Motorsports, we ride what we sell. There's a lot we could say about the CD Spark and the CD GTI, but ultimately, the ride says it all.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine-in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
When it comes to accounting, we cover every aspect of it. From our comprehensive range of bookkeeping services designed to help your day-to-day business operations to our end-to-end tax service. From advice, planning, return preparation, and seminars, we offer you the best services with utmost professionalism, letting you focus solely on what you do best, managing your business. We offer solutions for success.
My name is Hannah Peterson-Kinney, and I'm a certified nurse midwife. I became a midwife because I that birth was one of the most amazing, beautiful things. It's about caring for women through many stages of life and helping to empower them with knowledge and build partners to improve their health. It would be an honor to provide care for you, and I would love to welcome you to the CVCH Midwife family.
Hey, this is Mike, Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Someone once said to me, the reason they had a problem with gay people is that I don't agree with the gay lifestyle. Okay, well, my question is, what is the gay lifestyle, and how do we determine who demonstrates it? Now, I'm a monogamous, heterosexual male, and of the gay people I know, their lifestyle isn't any different than mine. And for that matter, what is the heterosexual lifestyle? The life I lead? Or do we say the straight life is demonstrated by somebody like Hugh Hefner, that gal with the really big butt, what's her name? Kim, what's her name? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. From what I can see, the lifestyle of the gay people I know is as normal and as mundane as mine. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Your television home for the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is the NCW Life Channel. Be sure to watch the Kais Fiber Youth Parade on Saturday, April 27th, the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade on Friday, May 3rd, and the Stimulk Growers Grand Parade on Saturday, May 4th. Brought to you by Boswell's Home Furnishings on Easy Street in Monitor. Your television home for the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is the NCW Life Channel.
Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Club Crow is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow Saturday nights. We have live bands to rock the night away. Club Crow is bringing comedy to Cashmere. Check out our Facebook page for upcoming dates. Live jam session first Sunday of every month. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. First thing I learned about the Wenatchee High School FFA, they don't call it Future Farmers of America anymore. I just dated myself. But the FFA is still going strong, and here to talk about the big plant sale, which is coming up May. I'm going to steal your notes, Tabitha. May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Tabitha, introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Neville. I'm an in-club officer with the Wenatchee FFA.
And you called me up about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And said, can we come on and do the show? And I said, any high school kid who does good can be on my show. I've had kids who do bad, and they've been on my show as well. Real quickly, talk about the plant sale, then we'll get to know you a little bit.
So the Wenatchee FFA plant sale is a program that we do every year. It's been going on since the high school was remodeled. Every year, Mother's Day weekend, we're just out there trying to sell plants, and we try to do what other people can't. So we've got very wide variety of plants.
Yeah, you're going to find plants at this sale that you're not going to find anyplace else, right?
Yeah.
And so how do you get a hold of these plants? Where do they come from?
We get a lot of plants shipped up from California and some from Florida. Just kind of wherever we can find some.
Are we
good
talking
plants.
decorative plants that you can just simply plant in your garden and it'll go crazy, or plants for inside, or hanging plants? What? A little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything. We've got some peppers, tomatoes. I think we have 8 different kinds of tomatoes this year. We've got all kinds of petunias and geraniums, and we've got almost 500 hanging baskets this year.
That's a lot of hanging baskets.
Yeah.
My guess is it's a really big greenhouse then.
We have 4 different greenhouses, actually. We have three of them, excuse me, are down in the parking lot, and then we have our old greenhouse, which is up above some of the ag classrooms.
What are the challenges of growing a plant in a greenhouse as opposed to just planting it outside and let it go?
I think part of it's kind of just the weather, but I think for the most part it really helps because you have a lot more control inside than you do outside. People are probably the hardest part, just getting everyone to do their part so the plants thrive.
Did the plants have a good winter? I mean, it was a pretty hard winter around here. How do they fare?
Yeah, we didn't really have any losses. We just kind of had to substitute some plants that we didn't expect to because of the weather. Some of them would work better, so we've got different plants this year.
So 4 different greenhouses. My guess is each greenhouse is segregated out to a certain type of plant so you can control the humidity and the temperature, as opposed to just throw them all in various greenhouses and see what happens?
So we have maps laid out at the beginning of the year as to where different plants go. And so we've got like geraniums in the baskets throughout all of them, but some of the plants that like more sun go up in the upper greenhouse because it's got a wall that gets a lot of heat. And so it does have to do with the position, but more it's the position inside the greenhouse than each greenhouse divided up.
Did you know anything about growing plants before you joined?
Not really.
So you've learned a lot.
Oh yeah.
Do you like the class? Or are you glad you signed up for this instead of PE?
Oh, for sure. This is I'd be glad to sign up for any class other than PE, but this has been a lot of fun. It's cool to see how much work is put into it.
That was my next question. How much work is put into it?
It's a lot. The last year's class does a lot of it. They order all of our plants and they basically make a whole plan for us. And after the plant sale this year, we'll be doing that for next year's class.
So the money raised from this plant sale, again, it's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of May, goes back into the FFA fund so you can buy more plants and do it again the next year. Is that about right?
So 50% of it goes straight to next year's sale and paying back the FFA chapter. And then the rest of it is basically divided up among the students. And so it's basically like a job and we all get a paycheck.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with your money?
I think I'm going to save it for college.
That's a good move. Are the plants, are the prices on the plants a set price? So this plant will cost you this amount of money, or is there some bartering and some backing and forth and going on?
Everything's set, but different plants have different prices.
Okay.
It's more like by the container. So our 6-packs, which is 6 plants, sell for $4.
Oh, that's a heck of a deal.
I know. And then our 6-inch pots sell for $4 as well. And we have some hanging bags, and those sell for $20.
Okay.
And then all of our baskets go for $30.
And if you buy a basket and you can say, Tabitha, I have no idea how to keep care of this thing, and you'll say, this is where you water it, and this is where you want to hang it, it needs direct light or not so direct light.
Yeah.
It comes with an instruction manual?
Yeah, so during class time, we actually learn a lot about the plants, and we have an ID test. So there's 50 plants that we have to know how to ID just from looking at them. And then for all of those 50 plants, we have a list of facts that we need to memorize, so we're able to interact with the customers.
You don't have to do it in Latin, I hope.
No, that would be, I don't think I could do that.
You mentioned hard work. She's also spends a little bit of time with Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band, award-winning. You guys have got some sort of parade I've heard about coming up soon. You ready? You ready for the big parade?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. You guys had a great year. You had another great year. You won a bunch of awards.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm a freshman, so it was my first year. And I've always heard about the different band families, and it's cool to actually see that coming up.
It's fun to be in a really good band, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you put in hard work, and you got practice tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, but it all comes together on the Smoke Growers Grand Parade, and you get to escort the Apple Blossom float down, and
yeah.
Wait till you crest Arando Street, and when you get down to the park, you're just gonna go, wow, there's a lot of people looking at me right now.
Yeah.
So, and you play the alto sax? Is
Yes.
that right? So, okay, very important instrument.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You think you're gonna go through Golden Apple Band all 4 years?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
But I also hope to do FFA, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, keep yourself occupied and keep yourself busy.
For sure.
Wenatchee FFA plant sale May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is at Wenatchee High School. You can follow the signs, I suppose, right?
Yes.
It's in behind the high school.
Yeah.
Right. So you know where the track is. There you go. Thank you very much, Uriah. In that area, you can't miss it. It's going to have a bunch of cars hanging on the plane. Did we touch on everything, Tabitha? Did I miss anything?
I think that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Cool. You did good. You're a lot more. You're the most poised freshman I've had around me in a long time. Most of the time they go, ah, or they scream, "It's Stan Kuntz! Oh, I can't believe it's Stan Kuntz!" I get that a lot too, Tabitha.
Okay.
I'm lying, Tabitha. Have a good sale. Let us know how it does. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
I'm working today.
I have got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Anybody want to buy a used TriCaster, you just give us a call and We'll make a deal. Just a few minutes left in this program. I wanted to touch on the weather forecast one more time before I cut you loose on this Tuesday. It's not bad at all. Temperature going to be above normal, right around 71 degrees with partly sunny skies. The story today is really going to be the wind. Let's take a look at the forecast one more time because there's a weather system that's going to be coming in, and it's going to bring some wind. It's not a cool system. It's just a system. There's a second system that's going to come in Friday that's going to cool us down. There's your forecast for today. Again, not too bad. Pretty warm under partly cloudy skies. It's going to be breezy, though, especially this afternoon with this weather system passing through this afternoon and tonight. In fact, we have a graphic that shows you the wind gusts. Most of the wind today is going to be pretty consistent. Northwest wind about 10 to 15 miles an hour, but occasionally you'll see gusts pumping up to about there. So look at where you live, and there's your wind direction and your occasional gusts. This is not sustained winds. This is the peak wind gusts that we are expecting later on this afternoon and really spilling into tonight as the system begins to exit the area. And then on Friday, it's going to get breezy again. Friday, not only is it another weather system, but it's a cool weather system. It's going to cool us way down. So that's your wind, your peak wind gusts on Friday. So those are the two windy days, this afternoon and Friday. And it's going to be fairly calm the rest of the week. There you go. Not bad at all today outside of the wind, and most of that will be this afternoon and this evening. We'll top off at 71. Wednesday's perfect. Sunshine, nice light breeze, about 70, no problems at all. Even Thursday looks fine, partly sunny, a high near 71. Again, anybody want to buy a slightly used TriCaster, just give us a call. Friday is when that second cold front comes through, and look at Saturday for the Kai's Fiber Youth Parade. Ooh, it's chilly. And that afternoon high of 60 is below normal, which means it'll be by parade time, by about 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, we can see temperatures only in the 40s. So that's chilly. And then we warm up a little bit on Sunday for Youth Day, and Monday, warmer still. But once we get to the weekend, those temperatures, we're going to go from temperatures above normal to temperatures below normal. So that is your forecast from the National Weather Service. We're going to take one more break and put a wrap on this program. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
My name is Hannah Peterson-Kinney, and I'm a certified nurse midwife. I became a midwife because I thought birth was one of the most amazing, beautiful things. It's about caring for women through many stages of life and helping to empower them with knowledge and build partners to improve their health. It would be an honor to provide care for you, and I would love to welcome you to the CVCH midwife family.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color FX in Cashmere. Color FX offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Your television home for the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is the NCW Life Channel. Be sure to watch the Kai's Fiber Youth Parade on Saturday, April 27th, the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade on Friday, May 3rd, and the Stimmill Growers Grand Parade on Saturday, May 4th. Brought to you by East Wenatchee Mobile Storage. Pack it, store it, move it. Your television home for the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is the NCW Life Channel.
Only one dealership in Wenatchee has Motor Trend's SUV of the Year and Truck of the Year. That's right, Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has the all-new Jeep Wrangler and the all-new Ram 1500 pickup. Or get the best of both worlds in the new Jeep Gladiator. Visit Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today for more information on these award winners and see why there's no reason to leave town to buy your next vehicle.
Welcome back. In the short time we have left, once again, a friendly reminder, how do you win these? You can't win all of these. That would be ridiculous. We're going to have 8 winners. 8 winners are going to win 4 each, a 4-pack of wristbands for the Fantastic Shows Carnival. The email address is winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. 1 entry per email address, please. Employees of Solion Broadcasting and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Uriah, you can't win. And I'll give these away on Thursday morning at the end of the program. But don't forget, these are only for use on Monday, April 29th from 5:30 to 8:30. All right? 5:30 to 8:30 is when these are valid on Monday, April 29th. Everybody have yourself a great Tuesday, provided the show isn't canceled. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.